Hey, what time is it? Okay, good lunchtime, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. It's Hallelujah Friday today. Guys, as you can see, I got my scarf on and I got my workout shirt on. I just got home from the gym. We worked out in a fasted state. I haven't broke my fast yet. So today, guys, I wanted to get on here and we did our fasting day yesterday, and I made some couple of adjustments for this video today. And so just kind of give you an idea, the topic of today is, it seems like a lot of questions, a lot of people have questions about this. A lot of newcomers are a little confused about what the health professionals mean by a clean fasting or a dirty fasting. Dirty fasting sounds kind of like a bad thing. It really isn't, and I'll explain it. But I'm here today to try to explain the difference between a clean fasting versus a dirty fasting. And so I did some. I'm also going to be doing an update on my 6-week diet now. This was my last week, and so I made some changes here. I didn't really make any changes, but I just wanted to emphasize a couple of things to see my research. I'm doing this as a research package. But guys, the biggest issue when somebody starts getting into either into intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting is determining what are they actually trying to do. That determines what type of fasting you really want to do. So, some people are looking to lose weight in a short term. Some people are looking to get healthy and lose weight at the same time, but they want to do it in a as easy way as possible. And so, and some people may have an underlying medical issue, and they have to do something extremely quickly to reverse what issue that they do have. And so when you're talking about fasting, you just got to kind of get an idea of what are you looking to do. And so what I'm doing here today, guys, is I'm going to kind of explain to you the two fastings and how you might want to use them. Now, those of you that follow me know that Emily and I do alternate day fasting. So um, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are non-fasting days, technically. Uh, we do fast on those days still, but not long. We don't do long terms. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are longer fasting. And so our protocol that works well for us for these last few years has been 18, 20, and 23-hour fastings. On our non-fasting days, I'll do an 18 or 20-hour fast before I have my first meal. On a 23-hour fasting day, during this last week, we ate our last meal at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday, and we won't eat anything until the following day around 1 or 2 o'clock, which gives us our 23 hours. Now, also, you've heard me, sometimes I'll do a 42-hour fast. You've heard me call it a bone broth fast. Well, that's what they call a dirty fast, because I'm fasting for 42 hours, but I'm still consuming some kind of calories, but in a juice and not in solid foods. So I mean, veggies. If you're doing organic veggies, that's more like a solid food. Bone broth is in a liquid form. Calories aren't very much, but that's still what they call a dirty fast. So it's actually called a bone broth fast. So every once in a while, I'll do those also. So what I did this week to kind of give you an idea of the different what clean fasting is and what dirty fasting is. I'll tell you what I did, but first of all, let me give you definitions. Now, it came from Google. I Googled clean fasting, and what it says is often is used as to describe fasting or time-restricted feeding where only calorie-free and unsweetened beverages are consumed. Well, I disagree with what they say unsweetened beverages. Any unsweetened beverage like a soda or a fruit or anything like that is going to cause issues when you're fasting. So just eliminate them completely. In other words, what they're saying is to stick to water. Make sure you put your sea salt, because when you're fasting, you're going to be flushing out of your kidneys a lot of the minerals in your body. You got to replace them while you're fasting. So the pink sea salt is the most quickest way to get the electrolytes back in with a big glass of water. And then black coffee or green tea with no sweetener in. So that's what's going to give you. That's what they call a clean fasting. 0 calories. That's it. Now, when somebody is doing clean fasting like we do most of the time, is we're doing it for a reason, for not only to prevent diseases or prevent viruses. It puts us into an environment you guys have heard me talk about before. You can go back on my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, and you'll see I talk a lot about autophagy. Autophagy is therapeutic. Therapeutic means that it's a way to reverse, it puts your body in an environment that helps reverse diseases, many diseases, even diseases like cancer, diabetes, prediabetes, brain trauma, stuff like that. It's known by science to do all that. And so we're doing that too. But see, Emily and I are both, we've reached our goals. So we're focusing more on doing stuff to help to slow premature aging, especially at our age, to help us produce more muscle stem cells when we're training, to add more lean muscle. That's what clean fasting will help put you in that environment called autophagy. So that's what clean fasting. So that's what our deal is. Now, if you're looking to lose that body fat in a short amount of time, then you'd probably want to do clean fasting. If you're looking to lose the body fat in a normal time and just make it easier, because sometimes people can't do fasting completely 0 calories. So what they do is they do a dirty fasting. So they may add bone broth, or they may add coconut cream to their coffee while they're fasting, stuff like that. That's what a dirty fasting is. And so dirty fasting, if you Google, let's see, where is that? Okay, if you Google dirty fasting, that means that many experts will say a little cream, that could be coconut cream, or they're even saying heavy cream in your coffee during your fasting period, if you're fasting for 18 hours or 20 hours or 23 hours. MCT oil in your coffee. Now, why people do dirty fasting is they haven't been fat adapted for that long, and so their body isn't really utilizing their own stored fat as fuel. So their hunger hormone raises up, and by doing MCT oil in a cup of coffee, it goes away. Well, our trick to do the same thing is sea salt and water. We do a 20-ounce glass of water with a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, and that knocks that hormone back down to normal, and you're not hungry anymore. Now, this is what I don't agree with as far as most professionals. They say it's okay to have some sugar-free sweeteners. I say no, because that's going to knock you out of a certain level of autophagy. Now, remember, when you're doing clean fasting, you're getting yourself into a deeper environment, therapeutic environment with autophagy. That's where the magic is. When you're doing dirty fasting, you're still in a certain level of autophagy, but you're not really in the magic level, okay? But you're still there. And if you do dirty fasting time and time again, you're going to still see some really good results in a longer period of time. So dirty fasting is not a bad thing, guys. We don't do it all the time. We do it sometimes. So it's good to alternate. 1 week do dirty fasting, 1 week do clean fasting, whatever you want to do to make it easier. That's how flexible. You're still going to get the results of losing the belly fat. You're still going to get the results of getting yourself into a fat adaptation environment. So you're still going to get a lot of good things. But with clean fasting, you're going to get even better things and more therapeutic, especially if you have an underlying disease like cancer. That's a must. Okay, so Emily and I, we pretty much stick to clean fasting often. We're able to hydrate ourselves with hydrogen-rich water with our pink sea salt that keeps that hormone, ghrelin, which is your appetite hormone, down all the time, because we do the hydrogen-rich water, the pink sea salt, maybe 3 or 4 times a day, so I don't get that feeling of a hunger pain. We call it a hunger wave, actually, is what we call it. And so, like I said, it depends on what you're looking for. So when I get a new client, I have to interview that client, and I've actually in the last few years become a type 2 diabetic specialist, if you want to call it that. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I'm not subscribing any medication, because you guys, I'm pretty much against all that stuff. And all we are educators. So we're trying to educate our clients on the root cause of what issues they have and how to reverse that root cause naturally with your own mechanisms that your body has been designed to, that actually is designed to reverse it if you're giving it the right fuel to do that. That's what our job is, to educate you guys. But like I said, Emily and I, our main goal is to stay into deep autophagy, and that's why we're doing more of the clean fasting. Now, what I did, so I'm going through my notes here. What I did this week was on Tuesday, I did what they call a bone broth fast. All right, so we fasted for 23 hours. On Tuesday, we did not have a solid meal at 2 o'clock. What we did was we had bone broth at 1 o'clock, and then we had bone broth at 6 o'clock that night. So that's all we had for 23 hours. And so so whatever I'm doing on my fasting days, and whenever I exercise, like you guys know, I exercise on in a fasted state, and we also will take our glucose and ketone readings an hour or two after we're done exercising. So normally your glucose is going to be up anyway. I mean, if you were to take your reading before you worked out, your glucose will be lower and your ketones will be higher. But working out, doing interval strength training or cardio, if that's what you're doing, will always elevate your glucose and always lower your ketones most of the time. And Emily and I also, you guys know that we have apple cider vinegar morning and night, and a lot of professionals and health professionals say that apple cider vinegar or homemade kombucha technically will break a fast, and a lot of other health professionals are saying no, it does not break a fast because there's not enough calories in it to worry about, and it does not spike insulin. And it doesn't. Apple cider vinegar and homemade kombucha doesn't spike the insulin, but it does. They say technically it does break a fast. And actually, science is saying that apple cider vinegar and homemade kombucha actually stimulates autophagy, even puts you into a deeper environment of autophagy. So that's another reason why Emma and I will do apple cider vinegar twice a day, once before we lift weights and once before we go to bed. But this time what I did was on Tuesday we did the bone broth fast. I did the apple cider vinegar, and my glucose level after training at about an hour and a half later was about 74. It was somewhere in there. My ketones were 0.7. Okay, and Emily, she was down to 64, and her ketones were at 0.9. Now, when we do a 42-hour fast, my glucose will get down to 64, and my ketones will jump to 1.4. When Emily did hers last time, 42-hour fast, she got as low as 55, which is too low. We don't want to get to that low. I made her break her fast. Matter of fact, she couldn't go the whole 42 hours. I told her to go ahead and break it at 36 hours, I think it was. But her ketones were 2.4. So we were both in pretty deep autophagy at 42 hours. So you can see where our bodies are at. Now, guys, my body set weight is around 180. It's been like that for 3 or 4 months. You guys can go back to my videos or go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page. Join it. I have information on what body set weight means. My body is happy at 180. I'm happy at 180. So my body is going to want to stay at 180 no matter what. So if I'm eating too many calories, my body turns into a furnace. And it tries to burn it up because it doesn't want to add any weight or any fat. Well, so what I did is that today I'm going to do a live blood test for you guys, because today or Thursday what I did a clean fast. I had no supplements. I had no vinegar and water. I just had water, sea salt, and my coffee. And let's see if by not doing the vinegar morning and night on my fasting day, I don't know, let's see what my readings are. I have no idea. Now remember what I said, guys, that after you work out, your glucose level is going to be up a little higher. If I'm at 74 or 78 and my ketones are at 0.5 or above, I'm happy with that, because guys, remember, I'm fat adapted. I've been doing this a long time. I'm going to be utilizing more of my ketones than you guys are, and so that's why I don't worry about ketones, because I still am producing a lot of ketones. It's pretty obvious, because I'm actually still losing more body fat. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm pretty close to 23 hours in my fasting. So let's go ahead and do my blood sugar first, okay? So let me get everything ready here. Let's go with this finger. Bingo. Let's get my glucose strip ready. Oops, coming out. I'm pretty hydrated. Whoa. Lots of blood. All right, let's put it in here. Let's see what it comes out to. All right, now let's do my ketones. And let's see what we come out to with my ketones. All right, there's my ketones. Okay, so my blood sugar, after 23 hours, doing a clean fasting with no vinegar at all, or no vinegar or apple cider vinegar, my blood sugar is at 73. Now, you guys have seen my blood sugar at 62 before, so I'm pretty happy with that. So actually, the vinegar and the apple cider vinegar really didn't make much difference at all. But the only thing I'm seeing different is that my ketones are up a little higher, 1.0. Okay, so normally my ketones at 23 hours are let's see, what are they? My ketones are normally at between 74 and 64 on a 23-hour fast. And I'm sorry, my ketones are normally at 0.7, 0.8. Well, I'm at 1.0. So does that mean that the apple cider vinegar, by me not taking it, brought my ketones up a little bit higher? Possibly, but you know what? I'm going to have to do it again just to see. You see what I'm saying? So yes, my ketones are higher, and I did not have apple cider vinegar yesterday at all. Now, one thing I did do different, guys, is that the night before, okay, so let's see, on Tuesday at my last meal at 2 o'clock, my last meal, all I had was 3 fried organic eggs, 4 slices of bacon, a half an avocado, and a tablespoon of olive oil. And so my total carb intake that meal was about 10. That's all I had. That's one thing I did. Now, that is what I think. I don't think the vinegar and apple cider vinegar are going to have any issues. But I think by me having the very super low carb, keeping it less than 20 grams or down to 10 grams, the meal before my fast, that is what I feel from what I've been studying is what's going to make my ketones go up, because I've depleted my liver so of all the glucose in my liver, my body had to switch over to my own stored body fat. And so it looks like that is what happened. So I'll do it again just to verify it. And so now also, guys, during this last 5 weeks of my 6-week diet down, or this last week of my 6-week diet down, I did what I call a fine tuning. My body set weight, like I said, was about 180. It likes to stay there. I did get down to 177. Did I see some results in doing the six weeks? Yes, I did. Especially this last 5 days, five days. I saw my definition in my abs were a little deeper this morning, and I also dropped to 177 pounds. We did interval training today. I lost no strength at all. Energy level was high, and I fully recovered when I walked out the door. Okay, so guys, definition: a clean fasting is 0 calories, only water, sea salt, and black coffee or green tea unsweetened. That's the clean. That's if you're going to, if you want to escalate your body fat, losing your body fat, or if you're getting ready for an event, or if you're getting ready for an outing on vacation, you want to get bathing suit ready, that's what you're going to have to do. Dirty fasting is when you're adding calories on your fasting day in your coffee, which could be MCT oil, it could be coconut cream, it could be heavy creamers, it could be bone broth, it could be something like that. Okay, so I hope that explains what clean fasting and dirty fasting means. And like I said, you just have to, figure out what you're looking to do. Now, I'm ready to break my fast. So how am I going to break my fast? I'm going to be breaking it with kefir. Emily makes homemade kefir. She made chocolate kefir with cacao in it. The reason why I'm using kefir is because kefir is full of probiotics, massive amounts of digestive enzymes, and massive amounts of B vitamins. So I've been fasting for almost 23 hours now. So I want to consume something that's going to be easy on my stomach, but yet add good gut bacteria and good digestive enzymes, so that when I do get ready to have my solid meal in about a half hour, 45 minutes, my body will be ready for it. Now, I'm also going to have a turkey stick, which has got 9 grams in it. It's raised with no antibiotics. They're actually raised out in the pastures, and it's lean. So you want to make sure you break your fast with a lean meat. So I'm going to do this also to get the protein going. Okay, guys? So guys, I hope this video had some value to it. I hope you understand now what clean fasting is and what dirty fasting is. They're both great. You just have to figure out which one or what you want to do more. I'm a fan of doing dirty fasting every other week or every other fasting day or whatever you want to do. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? You guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.